Yo, what's up everyone, Akarni coming to you with a new video. So, a couple of videos ago, I explained the infinite to you, and the wall slump. So if you haven't seen that video, up on top, somewhere. You can probably find that on my YouTube channel if you scroll down a bit. But I mentioned one thing that is very, very interesting, which is that I found a setup, or rather said CD Lime found a setup, on how to wall slump everybody with Giovanna consistently. At least somewhat consistent, right? So I'm gonna go over this right now and I'll show you exactly what you're supposed to do. So essentially, for people who don't know what a wall slump is, a wall slump occurs if you essentially hit a character without any air moves, without anything that gets them airborne at all, and they will get into a different animation for that. So let me just, just get a wall break real quick, right? Just something basic, yada yada yada. Right, and as you can see, right there, grounded moves, and then we get him airborne. And then he slumps down. He doesn't like jump away or anything. So another example of this is like right here, right? See the difference here? Where you could get off the wall. With a wall slump, he can't. And essentially what I'm going to show you is a way to actively set up a wall slump with Giovanna and to force it out of your opponent. So let's say you're like here at round start and you're playing like a regular round of Strive. So let's say you backdash and Soul is like a far slash or something, right? Like, and then I just do this, like I get like a safe jump set up, and then I try to hit you a couple times. And here already a wall break could occur, right? But here's what you can do instead. You throw them, and then force a CS loop on them. And for people that don't know what a CS throw loop is, it is essentially using a frame gap between a frame kill rather. It's rather a frame kill than a frame gap, where you do CS OTG 5H and you CS again. And if you do it right, it's supposed to look like this on throw. So essentially your opponent can't press a button there. Let's have Soul try to press something. And right here they get counter hit. Right, so they can't press anything here. But what can happen is that they try to throw you or do anything like that where they like backdash and whatnot, and in those scenarios you can just hit a regular throw on them and then just rinse and repeat the loop. So essentially what you want to do is you want to rinse and repeat this loop, and then you want to hit your opponent with grounded attacks here so that the wall breaks, but it is still a wall slump essentially. So you continue to loop this, and then you have them in the wall. And then you can continue this over and over and over, right? It is pretty specific on when it actually does work. But if you have a couple of hits in neutral like this, where you already have done damage to your opponent by quite a bunch, you can guess it off the wall. Like you can guesstimate it off the wall and see how much there is left. With like right here, like how much you have here. So if you get like a regular attack or a regular combo with Giovanna here, throw your opponent on here, 1, 2, 3, and all of a sudden they're wall slumped. So like this is definitely a setup that is like worth looking into, because look at where Soul is right now after one single interaction here. Like he got interacted with once and got thrown. How common is that for Gio? It is very common, honestly. Like you hit a full combo here without bar, throw your opponent in the corner because they're scared. CS, CS, boom, and they're all broken. And then you just keep looping them. Then you can trick them into like getting like another throwdown, and then you continue doing this. Like the pressure is literally endless in this scenario. Like you can get a lot done here. And the one thing that I want to note that is important, if you do want to get a wall slump with Giovanna, your best bet is to backdash and double P. That is enough for a frame kill in order to avoid things. So, for example, let's have him, after recovery, try to mash DP, right? Let's have him, or like HDP something, right? So let's just do the exact same scenario again. Alright, and now after recovery here, as you can see, you can safe jump set up here immediately. So you get a full safe jump setup, And on top of that, you are also able to punish your opponent if they use DP or any button right after, right? It's just a basic save room scenario, and then you can just loop them back and loop them back. And you don't have to do this forever, you don't have to do this until you kill. You can just extend it for once, right? Like, it is pretty good if you just use it as an extender. So let's just do a regular combo here so I can wall break. This is how much I would get against Soul, right? Like, just remember that amount. And now let's do the same thing with a wall slump. He's dead. He's dead. That's it. That's the round. Shake my hand, buddy. I'm done. Like, of course there was like a little bit of a bonus because of Giovanna's like attack bonus as a buff here. But you see the difference, right? Like, one wall slump is already enough to get like that extra little damage that you would need. So it can definitely be useful, and as I said, this works on every character in the game. It's a very, very good setup, because nothing's stopping you from just throwing your opponent once and just starting to loop them here. Because this is a 50-50, right? Like, they don't know if you're gonna go for a throw here, or like a throw block, for example, to be safe here, like an OS, or another CS. They don't know that, so they have to be afraid regardless. So if you just loop them into a throw a couple times, 1, and 2, and all of a sudden you hit them here, they're already wall slumped, and you continue to do it, right? And you could get a high-low here technically. You can, right after, you can just blue RC and get a high-low, but you at least get a strike throw setup here, where they will either get thrown back into the corner or they will get striked. So that's basically it, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. This is a really good setup that I'll probably try to use in the future actively, because it just does so much damage. Like, and it's also pretty safe. Like, there isn't really much that you have to worry about when fighting your opponent here. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you another time.